Hello and welcome to Endphase. This is a crack-a-pack. Today we'll be cracking a pack of Dragon's Maze.
I'm Svox Divine.
I'm Teddy. And here we go! Yay! Today we have the Bane Alley Blackguard, the Dimir Cluestone, a Tithe Drinker, a Hazard Snare Squad, a Maze Behemoth, a Layev Decree, a Pilfered Plans, a Sinister Possession, a Crawl Warrior, a Far and Away, a Carnage Gladiator, a Krasis Incubation, Breaking and Entering is our rare, and we have a Foil Maw of the Obsidian. And then we have a Selesnyan Gilgate and a not actually token extra card. Silly pack indeed. That's two what? That's two double named cards there?
Yeah. Two of the fuse cards. Let's see, anything of note?
I don't know. The Foil Maw is nice, although I don't plan on using him. He's a bit Maw of the Obsidian's a bit expensive for my purposes, but
3 or 5 cost, 3 colorless with a white and black, where you can sacrifice a creature, and for the better of the whole, all creatures you control get +1/+1 till the end of the turn.
yeah, he's not bad. He's gross.
3/3 throw. He's fulfilling both the duties of black, which is sacrificing creatures, and the duty of white and giving the benefit to everything.
Our rare isn't bad. The Breaking and Entering.
Breaking and Entering. Let's see, Breaking is a blue and a black, where a target player, essentially, it's Glimpse of the Unthinkable, but only for, is it 8? Yep, 8. And Entering as a 6 cost, 4 colorless with a black and a red, where put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, giving it haste.
So, I mean, it's a nice reanimate. It's a bit expensive, but it does give the haste.
Yeah.
Otherwise, in here, I'm a big fan of Rakdos, and I think the Carnage Gladiator is really nice. He's a 4-drop, red-black. Whenever a creature blocks, that creature's controller loses 1 life, and then he's a 3 regenerate, which is a black, red, and a colorless. And he's a 4/2, and I can't go wrong with skeletons. I love them.
I think he was actually just a really nice fit for the mechanic in general, since, Rakdos, they're basically an aggressive guild where they constantly want to put creatures on the board, giving, constant threats. So your opponents should always be blocking, unless they're, going to take all that damage, but
Yeah.
it's just, penalizing them either way they play.
Yeah, and the fact that Unleash also has the you can't block with it. If you unleashed a lot of creatures previous to Carnage Gladiator there, you don't actually have the option to block anyway, so it's not really a minus to you.
I like Crisis Incubation. Basically, in development, I know this was one of the major cards that they wanted in the set no matter what. Just this card. It's nice. It's got essentially 2 effects. It is Arrest in the sense that it's an enchantment card that enchants target creature, making it so it can't attack, block, or use activated abilities. But it can also use it for what it's, an incubation process. So by paying 3, 1 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue, and returning it to your hand, putting 2 1/1 counters on the enchanted creature.
Yeah, so it's a nice lockdown when you need it, and then it's a 7 cost for 2 counters, but
I mean, in most formats, that's not going to see much play, but Commander or other longer, drawn-out game formats,
yeah,
it's pretty nice.
It's nice because it's an eventual buff, and it's a really nice lockdown for when you need both of them.
It can see a bunch of pretty ridiculous plays.
The next one I think I'd pull is the Tithe Drinker, because it's wonderful. For a 2-drop lifelink and an extort 2/1, it's so very, very nice. The fact that it's just, you can't go wrong with anything low drop and lifelink. That's always a plus in any format. But it's really effective in small formats, like Draft and then Sealed. I used her a lot, and she was very nice, kept me alive for a good amount of time.
I'd say my favorite from this pack is Far and Away. It's another fuse card. Far is blue and a colorless, where you can return target creature to its owner's hand, and Away being a 3-drop, 2 colorless and a black, where target player sacrifices a creature. Putting them together, you can bounce a card that you want to remove later, and forcing your opponent to sacrifice the creature that you all along wanted, with the correct board state.
Yeah, that's really nice for a 2-drop bounce is really nice. Dispel, is Dispel just creatures, or is that target permanent? It's...
You mean Disperse?
Yeah, Dispersed. Yeah, that one. That one
The
works.
blue one, I think it's return target non-land permanent.
Non-land permanent? Alright, so I think that one's a better 2-drop.
Because unsummon is just a creature, so yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, for 2...
It's because the reason, it's because Fuse cards, because of the versatility and utility of them working together and being one card, it's going to, increase the cost of unsummon by 1.
Yeah, it's going to increase them one way or the other. From the rest of the pack, though, I don't really see much that I would personally enjoy to play, because none of them really match my guild colors, which is black, red, and white, which is offsetting because I don't like the white in general, but in Ravnica, white agreed with me on a few ways.
We could always, point out the worst cards in here.
Sure, why not? Let's pick out the worst.
Sinister Possession, 1-drop enchantment. Whenever enchanted creature attacks or blocks, his controller loses 2 life.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but...
It's not that good. It's far from good.
Artificer's Hex is probably the worst one so far for enchantments. It's also a 1 black that enchants a... I want to say it was an equipment. Then, yeah.
Yeah. I always thought the trait doctoring wasn't very useful.
In the earliest games, when basically having land walk of any form was the god of effects, that would have been good.
But so late in Magic's existence, it seems really outdated.
It's better in more limited types of formats where you have specific rules.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think that's just about it for this pack, I would say. Yep. I'm Teddy.
And I'm Svox Divine.
And this has been Pack Crack.